Hi, this is the Bratz Boys Club, and I am Jesse. And today I'm going to introduce you to another one of my Bratz Boys. This is more of a surprise for me than it will be for you because it's sort of like I never really thought I was going to be making this video. As far as I was concerned, I was sort of like finished with, or close to have been finished with my collection of Bratz Boys. And I was kind of like considering sort of like if I made a purchase, it was going to be like cheap collectibles that I would be like not really that enthusiastic about, but they would still be considered collectibles and I could still have them. But I really never thought I was going to make this purchase because I never thought I was going to get the chance to actually have something like this available. I have to admit that I'm kind of like sort of getting used to being surprised now, because every once in a while now, as of recently, I get shocked by these findings of these Bratz Boys that I never really thought or considered in the beginning I was going to be able to get. And, you know, surprise, surprise, I kind of get them. So, this Bratz Boy in particular was sold to me by my longtime friend who's been selling me Bratz Boys, who I befriended sort of like in the sales website that I frequented earlier this year for my all Bratz Boys purchases, all Bratz Boys collectors purchases. And this collector sort of like emails me. I believe I've sort of like have repeated this over and over again in my videos. And they email me and they send a photo of the Bratz Boy and ask me if I have him already, and if I don't, if I'm interested. And of course, I sort of like have been saying that I want all of them, even though a couple of them have been duplicates because they're just really well taken care of. So this is the person who has been sort of selling me Bratz Boys now on a continual basis since the beginning of this year, and they are incredible. I am so in love with the condition that they have their Bratz Boys in, and so I'm so excited to always purchase from them. So this is not from the auction website that I was frequenting a couple of weeks ago. He's more from the seller's website that I started purchasing at the beginning of this year. So I kind of continuously have to go back and forth. And of course, pretty soon I'm going to have another surprise because there's going to be another purchase, last purchase. And once again, it's going to be a purchase that I really never thought I was going to be able to do, but I'm going to be able to do it. And I may or may not have a surprise for next week for you guys with another one of my Bratz Boys. And it might be another extra rare one like this one was for me a few weeks ago. But without further ado, this Bratz Boy is from a specific collection in our series that I am really into right now. I never really thought I was going to come close to getting him in my wildest dreams. I just thought I was going to be stuck with like my two Bratz Boys from that collection and our series, and that was it. But it looks like not really. I'm going to be able to have another one, and maybe another one. So, without further ado, here is my Bratz Boy for today. And he is Eitan from the 2004, and let me get this right, Wildlife Safari collection in our series. I am so excited, so thrilled to actually been able to have purchased him from this collector or seller, whatever you want to call them. It looks like for the guys, it's going to be Cameron, Dylan, Eitan, Kobe, and Cade. So far, I have Cade, and now I've got Eitan, and of course I have Cameron, and that was, I believe, one of the second ones to my, so I've got total 3. So I've got 3, 2 to go, and so I'm so excited to have purchased Mr. Eitan from the 2004 Wildlife Safari collection because I am so thrilled about this collection. It's just very unique, very special, very awesome looking. As I said in my previous videos, the early 2000s for the Bratz Boys, for the Bratz in general, was an incredible sort of like number of years because they were starting off as like the #1 brand in America and in many other places. So they were just completely loaded. The dolls came with clothing that they were wearing, extra clothing on the side, lots of accessories of all kinds. I mean, take a look at that backpack. That looks incredible, doesn't it? It's just amazing. And so lots of accessories, the little signature backpack, which almost most of the series have, lots of clothing, a second pair of footwear, and of course the box looks incredible. And I think I've stressed this enough, but I think I can't really stress it enough anyway. The boxes from back in the day were way better than the boxes of today. The packaging for these guys nowadays is completely awful. I hate it. I do not like it. I am not a fan of it, just as I'm not a fan of the Bratz Boyz design flaws themselves. I'm pretty sure you've seen them already. If you are a purchaser, buyer of these guys, or a collector, it is just completely different. But the boxes back in the day were incredible. The plastic was incredibly durable. It was excellent. It would keep these guys. It could keep these guys on forever inside it, protect it from everything. It was very well designed. It was very well put together. Of course, sometimes you would have flaws here with the tape dots or anything like that, and you have to intervene. Of course, I had to do that. This is actually opened a little slightly, and just to sort of like remind you guys, like from this seller, most of my boxes come open from the side, either from one side or the other, and I have to retape it. I believe I've already sort of like said that about this seller on a few of my other videos. They are very good at keeping everything awesome, but the boxes seem to just open. And that kind of happens anyway, because it's happened to me. My first 5 that I purchased a long time ago, sort of like a couple of them, the sticky dots kind of went out. They no longer were able to do it, to stay put together, and that was it. So I had to retape. Of course, with the other boxes, I kind of like ruined one of them by using some other kind of tape that was disgusting looking, and so the box looks hideous. But now I've got a little bit better tape that is clear. It may not be on the shape of the tape dots, but it's clear, and it makes it look a lot better. So, like I was saying, the boxes are incredible. They were not only durable and forever lasting, keeping the collector's item and its accessories inside the box perfectly, but it was also designed specifically for a collection and or series in particular. And I think I've also stressed this more than enough in most of my videos. Some of these boxes have special little things that make them unique to a specific collection and or series. For example, this one, because it's the Wildlife Safari collection, it's going to have this type of handle that looks very safari-ish like. I don't know how to call it or what it is, but it looks very, very, very kind of like, sort of like portraying like safari-ish like theme, going with what the Bratz Boyz wearing, the accessories and everything else, and of course the incredible background that it has, and the cardboard that's holding the collector's Bratz Boy doll in place, and its accessories as well. So it matches pretty much everything. So the boxes back then, they were just amazing. There was a lot of money spent on the Bratz line, and there was, of course, a lot of money spent on the Bratz Boyz and their accessories and their boxes. So the boxes definitely will be incredible. That is one of the things that I love about them, and I think I've said that many times in my videos as well. The other thing I love about them as well is that, and I've said this before as well, because it was back in the early good old days of the Bratz line, the Bratz Boyz as well as the Bratz, I'm pretty sure, had a lot of accessories. They have a little bit more clothing. They've got a second pair of footwear. They've got lots of different little tiny accessories they're going to use in their little theme adventures. So you didn't just get a doll with clothing on it. You got a doll with clothing, with more clothing, with accessories, and with an incredible box. And pretty perfect in design as well. As you can see, they were amazingly crafted. and it looked like people actually took their time with them, which is something I am so thankful for, because nowadays what I'm seeing is deplorable. It's awful, and I understand where they're coming from. I mean, it's totally a different situation with them now, so they have to kind of like tone it down with the expenses. So I'm pretty sure that's where, I mean, they're not the same company that it used to be back in the day. And once again, the Bratz line is no longer, you know, it's no longer popular or even memorable. Nobody knows what it is anymore. So if there's still Bratz around and Bratz Boys, it's a miracle. But either way, so I love the accessories. I love the Bratz doll and design. It's perfect. It's impeccable. I love the box. Everything is amazing. The just like the design of the box it was very particular, very special, specifically for the theme of the series or collection. They came in a specific shape. You have the showcase, clear plastic showcase that would show you the Bratz Boy doll, the accessories, the background of the box that will be in the theme of the collection and her series, and then it would give you the name of the collection and of course the name logo of the Bratz Boys. In the back of the box, I'm going to show you this side as well. Let me show you this side. This one, it looks like it's got a little bit of damage right here, like a little pinch. Some of these do have a little pinch. I think a few of the boxes this collector has sent me have a little bit of a pinch sometimes. But they are perfect otherwise. They look amazing. They look completely just wow. I love them. So I really have no problems with their boxes. Other than, you know, sometimes they've got that little pinch. Most of them do anyway. Mine, 2 or 3 of the first 5 originally purchased from the store, they have one as well. Or a couple of pinches that look really weird. It's not a complete damage, it's sort of like, you know, it looks like it's been kind of folded over or pressed or something crazy like that. So here we go. This is the side. This is the side. Okay. And you get the showcase, plastic showcase clear for the Bratz Boys dolls to show. And then accessories in the background, and then of course you're going to get the back of the box, which is going to have the cardboard piece that's sort of like holding everything in place in the front. It's going to give you exactly the same of what you see in the front. It's going to give you a picture of the Bratz Boy, Mr. Eitan, from the Wildlife Safari collection from 2004. It's going to give you a little bit of an intro. It's going to give you a list of the items that it may have in the box, that it may come with. It'll give you the name of the Bratz Boy doll. And of course, it'll give you according to this is what? Take a walk on the wild side. So a little bit of an interesting title, adventurous title. The name of the collection and her series at the top right here. And then of course the logo of the Bratz Boys on one side. And then mostly every box will give you a photo or picture of the Bratz Boy doll. And I think I mentioned that already. So you'll get lots and lots of extra stuff in here. What I love is that some of these boxes have a photo or picture taken at the bottom of the box showing you the Bratz and the Bratz Boys going on their safari adventure together in the wild, here at the very bottom of the box, with a little bit of a description right there. So it's just amazing. See, that's why I love these boxes, because they have got it all. I just love them. I love them to death. The early 2000s Bratz Boys had everything perfect. They had the boxes, they had the accessories, they had the design. There were hardly any flaws. If there were, they could definitely be forgiven because they were the best toys in the world. And then of course we're going to do the tipping over. And I'm going to show you the top part of the box. And I'm so anxious to show you this little handle, because it's one of the trademark design trademarks that the box, the Wildlife Safari collection or series came with. And I am just dying to show that off on the video. So this is the top of the box, and we're looking at the Bratz Boy from the top. You're looking at all the accessories going up towards the bottom. And you're looking at the handle. It just looks amazing. And look at that hair. It just looks epic. I just love Eitan's like little mohawk. It looks so cute and gorgeous and hot. He is a super hottie. I have a crush on all of them. So here's the bottom of the box. And I don't think there is a... I don't think there's a retail year here. I could be wrong. I'm going to have to take a look at this. If you see it, let me know in the comment section. First, you're going to look at the logo Bratz Boyz on one side, and then the Wildlife Safari name for the collection or series right there, with a little bit of a few words there, which is usually the same slogan all the time, mostly. And a picture of Mr. Sexy and Super Hot Eitan for the Wildlife Safari collection Bratz Boyz. So that's the top of the box. And so there he is in all of his sexy and hot, super hot glory. But yes, so this is my 2004 Wildlife Safari Eitan. And like I said before, I now have 3 of them. It looks like I've got Cameron, Cade, and Mr. Eitan. So I've got 3. Hopefully, I'll probably be able to get my hands on another one, and I'm going to be so ever anxious to show him to you guys pretty soon. I cannot wait to see if I can actually make it a purchase and see if I can have another one of these Bratz Boyz from that collection or series be part of my ever-growing collection of Bratz Boyz. So I'm just so thrilled. I'm so thrilled of having added him to my ever-growing collection of Bratz Boyz. And even though I'm kind of super broke and I have nowhere to go and there's no money, I'm still kind of making the purchases. And I'm really happy of my growing family of Bratz Boyz that I'm so in love with. And he is now one of them. And so that was pretty much it for my video of my 2004 Wildlife Safari Eitan. And I cannot wait to upload my next video about my hopefully coming soon Bratz Boy. I'm not gonna say what collection in our series. Hopefully I can surprise you. And but I'm really happy that you got to meet him, and I'm really thrilled that he got to meet you guys. And I'm just anxious to put him back on the show for the other guys because it looks so sexy. And I cannot wait to see you again pretty soon. Either way, thank you so much for watching. I hope, well, if you watched, if you didn't, that's fine too. It's okay. It's cool. However, I will soon see you again with hopefully a surprise with another Bratz Boy. And I cannot wait to see you guys again and upload again. Thank you so much for watching, and until then.